My name is Kyle. I've been free skating since February 26, 2025, and I wanted to give an honest review of my first month learning how to free skate. So first off, I found out about these through Instagram. I saw a video of somebody ripping these, and I grew up skating, surfing, snowboarding, doing anything with wheels, even motocross, motorcycles, all that good stuff. And so I'm always looking for new things to try, and especially ride down here at the beach. So I impulsively made the decision to go ahead and order a pair, and they said they were going to be here 3 days later. I ordered them on a Monday, and it said they were going to be here on Wednesday. So I spent the next couple days watching every video I could on Instagram and YouTube, anywhere that I can find on people riding free skates and how to ride free skates. So when I got them, I'd go in with a little bit more knowledge than if I didn't spend any time doing that. Full disclosure, I was a little bit cocky. I thought that I would pick these up and right away be able to come down to the beach and just rip on them. Go fast, do everything on them. I was like, oh, I've ridden a ripstick before. I've ridden a skateboard before. These gotta be easy. I can go ahead and do this because, to the credit to the JMK guys, they make it look so easy and so smooth. Day one comes, put the skates together. They look super cool. And I hop on them and was instantly humbled. I realized that there was going to be a huge learning curve with them, and I was ready to take on that challenge because on my first day I only had 20 to 30 minutes to ride. Even with that, I was just able to catch a little glimpse of the pumping and being able to actually move on them, which sparked a fire for me to want to really learn how to do these. So on day one, I decided just to film, just so I could look back and see what I was doing right, what I was doing wrong, if there was something that I could notice by maybe not being on the skates, but watching myself skate. And what that turned into that night was me wanting to film my progress, because my biggest thing with free skating, whenever I was kind of researching them and stuff for just the couple days before I ended up just buying them, was I didn't really see anybody posting a beginner's perspective on them. So I knew this looked really cool. It was really niche though, and there weren't a lot of people doing it. So then I thought maybe it'd be really cool if I film my perspective as a beginner to show other people that you can really learn how to do these and encourage other people that they can do it, because I'm nothing special. If I can do it, anybody else can do it. So those first couple days were me really just learning how to get moving on the skates. I was going super slow, felt super unstable. I felt very stiff, and those first couple of days were just building a little bit of confidence on the skates to be able to go ahead and want to try new things. Then after that, I feel like it just snowballed into me learning something new every single day, whether that was a new trick, whether that was just getting the pump down a little bit more. Some things you'd be able to notice on a video and some things you wouldn't be able to. Some things I was learning was just mentally getting more confident on them and knowing, okay, I'm not gonna fall if I do this motion, and I'm gonna hold on to my skate if I do this. And so every single day I felt like I was learning multiple things, and still to this day I feel like I'm learning multiple things on them as I'm on the skates. In my first month I was able to make it to the skate park a few times, was able to learn a couple tricks. I don't have anything on lock yet. A lot of those videos, it took so long for me to even get those clips. Sometimes videos can be a little bit deceiving because you're seeing a minute and a half, so it might look like I got stuff really quick, but with some of those I was filming for 2 to 3 hours to really get anything for those videos. If you want to see the progression day by day, I could have made a 40-minute video going over day by day on this, but I wanted to make this a little bit more short and sweet and just give a review looking back on that past month. But if you wanted to see my daily progress, check out my Instagram at Kyle Skating, and I have every single one of my videos posted there, and I continue to post them every single day. For those of you that aren't coming from my Instagram, I am free skating every single day for a year for my first year of free skating, just to show how much progress you can make with free skating every single day, as well as people getting a perspective from ground zero all the way up to wherever I want to go with these. A few tips for what I would say if I was new to free skating and was looking back at myself on the first day. Anybody that's trying these, that you need at least 1 hour. You make the decision if you want to continue learning them or not. First 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's going to feel like I'm never going to get this. That's what I thought for a second, which for me made it sparked the fire in me to, I'm going to get this, because it was so frustrating that I thought I was going to get it and I couldn't. So that's what pushed me in wanting to keep going. But for some people it might be different. Some people might hop on them and go, oh, well, I never skated, I never surfed, I never did anything like that, so I don't think I'm ever going to pick them up, because I think the people that do that are the only ones that do those type of things. I honestly think that there is pros and cons to that. I think the pros that helped me with the skateboarding in that background was I do have a little bit extra balance, and I'm used to having wheels underneath my feet and stuff like that. But I think the cons that come with that are it's completely different from riding a ripstick, from skateboarding, from rollerblading, from surfing. There's some aspects that help, but there's some aspects where if I try to translate that to these, it doesn't really work. So I think the advantage to having no background at all in that is you have a clean slate. You're not trying to break these habits. I've been skateboarding since I was 3 years old. So it's hard for me to break those muscle memories that I've built. So for somebody that's starting with a clean slate, that's going to be so much easier because everything that they're building is on the foundation of free skating. So the biggest thing I would say for a beginner is that patience and getting past a certain point, because what's going to happen is you're going to start and you're going to feel like you're never getting anything on them, and then you're going to reach a certain point where it just clicks, and everything new that you're trying is going to end up clicking, and once that clicks, it's going to become muscle memory. For any of you who have driven a stick car or anything like that, there are certain things where when you're first doing it, it feels almost borderline impossible. And then once you get it, it becomes second nature. You're not even thinking about it. Or just like riding a bike, it's that same exact thing. So it's having that patience and knowing I'm gonna get to that point. It's not a matter of if you get to that point, it's a matter of when you get to that point. Another thing too is I'm making these progression videos to give an idea for people, but it's not an exact thing for everybody. Because some people, they might only be able to skate for 10 minutes twice a week, versus me, some days I'm riding 20 minutes a day, some days I'm riding 3 or 4 hours a day. Yesterday I was out with the JMK guys, and I mean, we were out, I think I was out all day with them. So my day 15 might look different from somebody else's day 15, or somebody else's day 15 that has all the time in the world to learn them, and on day 15 they're looking like how maybe I look on day 100. So don't compare yourself too much, but use it as a guide to see, oh, this is something that I can do. Looking back on the first month, I would have to say that these feel completely different from anything else that I've ever done. I actually picked them up thinking I would just go ahead and cruise on them a little bit, and I'd maybe ride them once a week. But just like some other stuff, I ride motorcycles and I have the same addiction with those, is I pick them up and there's such a freeing feeling. It just feels like you're just hovering above the ground because the skates are separated. It's so different from any other type of board sport, and it's super flowy. I overuse the word flowy. What it reminds me of is it reminds me of surfing in the way that it feels super flowy and super loose. It reminds me of skateboarding, that you can do really fun tricks and get really creative with it. And it's also its own thing because of the separation of the skates, and you can keep one skate on and do a trick with the back skate and vice versa. It's kind of limitless in what you can do with these. Some of the questions that I had when I first wanted to learn these were, at first I was thinking, okay, do I have to have perfect terrain to roll on them? And surprisingly, they roll really good on lots of different terrain, whether that's brick, whether that's gravel. There's so many different things that these really roll on, and I was really surprised by them. I thought I was gonna get caught by any little pebble and stuff. I have not lost a skate as much as I thought I would. I pretty much only lose a skate if I am trying tricks or on ramps. I've never really lost a skate just cruising around by hitting a rock and stuff, and that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen with any type of wheel sport, so but I thought it would happen all the time with these. With that too, I was also very nervous if I was to take these on a boardwalk and there were to be certain cracks and certain things that I would have to really avoid them and pick up my skates anytime there was a crack. But you actually learn how to go over cracks and different things on these. It's all just about foot placement, and you learn the finesse with them. That's something that I feel like I can't even explain. I'm sure some other guys have videos on how you can really do that stuff, but it's just a finesse that you learn, and it was much easier than I thought once I was able to actually get the hang of it. Another one that I had was, would you be able to go long distance on these? And I really haven't done too much long distance because I wanted to be able to ride these with friends that rollerblade and roller skate and stuff like that, because I'm still trying to find more people that I can actually free skate with. And the longest one that I've done so far in my first month was 5.5 miles, and my legs were on fire, but I felt good on the skates, and I know once I build up that stamina, I can easily do more and more with them. Going back to the terrain part, was these don't look like much, right? They don't, like, one other thing I was really worried about was, is it gonna feel smooth, or am I really gonna be able to, or am I gonna feel every little bump and crack if I'm not on the smoothest surface? And it wasn't just about getting over them, but how's it gonna feel? Is it just gonna be uncomfortable the whole time? But having the wheels that they put on these with the cruiser wheels, they really help with being able to feel smooth on them no matter what type of terrain that you're on. And there's some terrain that no matter what is always gonna feel rough, but the wheels do really help. They don't feel like a traditional skateboard in the sense where it's gonna feel really rough if you're on anything but just pure cement. I got asked by Gabe from JMK if I could describe my first month of free skating in one word, what would it be? And I would say exciting. Super exciting, because I was waking up really motivated to learn something new every day, since I knew I learned something the prior day. Or if I tried something the prior day that I didn't fully get, I wanted to go ahead and try it the next day. And also the community is super cool and super welcoming. Everybody, when I first made my Instagram, I had all the guys in the community DMing me and everything like that. Yesterday I spent my first day going down to Free Skate Friday in San Diego and spent some time with some of the JMK guys, and they were just the coolest dudes ever. It's a super inclusive sport. From what I've seen so far, there's no egos, no anything like that. Everybody wants more people to join the community. Even talking with the guys yesterday, I really want to see what I can do and what other people can do to help grow the sport. I want to get more people to join too, and just build this community of free skaters. So whether you're thinking about buying a pair or you have a pair and are losing motivation, I would say just keep that patience in your mind and give it at least an hour to see if you can get yourself going. And if you still feel like you want to go ahead and do this, give it at least a month. And I would promise almost anybody that after you do it for a full month, you're going to be happy with your progress and you're going to keep doing it. And it's going to look completely different for everybody. Some people want them just to cruise. That's how I started out. I thought I just wanted to cruise, and then I really got into wanting to do tricks and different things. And some people might get them because they only want to do tricks. And no matter what you want to do, I think that you should still go ahead and try getting them and getting on them, because no matter what you're thinking about doing, once you actually start doing it, I know you're going to be hooked. I don't post a lot on YouTube right now. Everything is on my Instagram at Kyle Skating. I post daily videos of my free skate progress. So I go more in depth on there of seeing my actual progress. I didn't want to make this video too long, but go ahead, check that out. I also do want to make more YouTube videos on the free skates and help people learn how to ride them. I also do want to see if I can get more involvement with JMK and see if maybe we can do some type of events or different things down here in SoCal and anywhere else that people might be interested. I'm also down here in Newport Beach, California, for anybody that's in the area, whether that even be LA, San Diego, Orange County. Shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'd be glad to teach you how to free skate and have you go ahead and try. I have some extra skates that anybody can come and try out. I just want to see if I can bring more people into this community. That wraps up my summary of month 1 of learning how to free skate, and I'm going to keep uploading videos on my Instagram. I'm going to find more ways to get onto YouTube. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys on the next one.